Alright, I don't know how much video I got that's usable. Having issues with that little camera. It's not wanting to read the card. It kept shutting off. I don't know when it shut off, but I was walking along here talking, didn't even realize it did shut off. So anyway, what I was talking about was these are pawpaws all along here. All these trees right here, they're all pawpaws. So from what I've researched, the fruit comes on the end of July. The end of July around, or the 1st of September is when it comes on and gets ripe. This might be that tree that fell right here. It sure sounded bigger than that. I don't know. I'll have to post a recording of it so you can hear it. Because my recorder was down that way quite a ways, and it sounded like it was right by it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this area with all these pawpaws, and I think I'm gonna put a recorder out here when I get back from Pennsylvania. Come back down here and drop a recorder. Leave it here till after these pawpaws get ripe. So I don't know what all, if any, was usable that I recorded earlier. I showed where my recorder was on the way in because I went and got it. But I'm going to go ahead and show it again on the way out, just in case that video didn't come out. So this creek right here is actually Caesar's Creek. This is what they made the lake from, this creek. Pretty big creek. I believe I don't know, the water's flowing that way. So maybe the lake is that direction. It's not real close. These wildlife areas, there's like 4 of them, I think, here at Caesar's Creek State Park. Still pawpaws all along here. Oh, somebody with a dog. Come here, Wally. Wally, come here. Uh-oh. Nope. Come here. Nope. Come here. Come here. I gotta find this leash. I was wanting to explore that trail right there that I found last time. But I think we're gonna do that another day because guys here are 2 dogs. So we'll just come back another time to do that. Head back to the car and we're gonna go check out that other area. Find a place to put the recorder. So I had to get him on a leash. He listens pretty good unless there's other dogs. Sometimes you don't listen too good when there's another dog. He gets so excited, gets focused on that. So we'll go up here, show where I had my recorder at, then head back to the car. Really wish that camera was working. It's aggravating. Thing is, I had the card I used last time, which worked fine. I emptied it right before I left and forgot to grab it. It's still plugged into the computer. So I tried one of these, two of these other cards, and it's not wanting to read either one of them. Kept shutting off. And I wouldn't even know it. I'd be just walking along thinking I'm videoing, talking, and then realize it was shut off. So when I get back from Pennsylvania, I'm gonna drop a recorder over there where those pawpaws are. When I was down there just now, right there it is. See that big branch right there? That is a giant sycamore I was wanting to walk over and look at, and I got sidetracked because that guy had his dogs. I totally forgot about it. I just now remembered. It's a whopper of a tree. Right there it is. Look at that thing. That's a big one. I don't know if you can tell, but I'd say it's close to 6 foot diameter. I'm gonna have to, look at the branches on it. It's a big one. That might be bigger than the ones at my spot I go to. That's a big old tree, sycamore. Now, I don't even think that's the one I was looking at, because the one I was looking at was down closer to the creek. So, I don't know. He's here with his dogs, so I'm not gonna bother him. We'll check that out another time. I'll bring my tape measure, the 100-footer, and get a measurement on that thing. See how big around it is. All right, Wally, I'm gonna let you off for a little bit. Here, come here. Okay. All right. You find them big sycamores along these creeks. They like the water. I was thinking about that you don't really hear sycamore being mentioned with woodworkers. You know, they're always using walnut, ash, cherry, oak, maple. You don't ever hear them saying they use sycamore. So it must warp really bad. That's why they've survived not being cut down. And probably because they like the water so much, they stay along the creeks. So it probably, when it dries out, it warps real bad, would be my guess. That or it's just not strong enough. And there's some giant horse turds there. I thought it looked like those tracks were fresh. Well, this other spot I'm going to, I'll show you when I get to it, but more horse turds. It's down there's a gravel road you turn on, and it goes back a ways, and then there's a little parking lot, and that's where the sign is. And it's along some big fields, farm fields. I guess it's for rabbit hunting. I don't know. But if you keep on going, the road goes back into the woods, dead ends. And that area looks real good. That's where I want to leave the recorder. Okay, right up here is where I had my recorder. by this big tree. That was to help me remember it. Oh no, wait, not this one. It's one that has a paint on it. It's a big tree, but it's not that big. So I was down there earlier, but I don't think the video worked. That's right. I was gonna put it by that big tree, but then I came down here and this looked like a better spot, I think. Wait, no, it's on it. Should be a big tree up here with paint on it. Anyway, I was down there earlier. I hope that video came out, but I don't know if it did. We found a spot where we could go down pretty easy along here. Okay, I think it's this tree up here. Yeah, right here. Right where Wally's standing. He's standing there waiting. Like, here it is. This is where I had the recorder. Hold on, Wally. I gotta show this real quick. I had it right back in here. I had it on this little tree right here, hanging on a branch. Hanging on that twig right there, where I had it. And it's like a beach area right here. I was down there earlier. It's pretty steep though. That's why I don't want to go back down, because I wouldn't try to go down here. It's too steep. You may not be able to tell, but it's almost straight down. And anyway, I was down there looking for prints, and I was trying to find that tree that fell that I recorded. And there's a tree laying over there. I don't know if you can see it. There's the root ball of it. And I thought, well, that's got to be it. But when I got down there and where I could actually look, I don't think that's it. Because there's another tree. Let's see if I can show you. It's right here. I don't know if I can show you. Right. It's hard to see it. Let me get over here, maybe I can show you. Anyway, there's a tree down there that's laying, but it doesn't look like it came out of the ground. There's no root ball. It's still in the ground. It's just like laid over right there. See, it's still in the ground. It's just laying over. And it's laying on top of the other tree. So that's why I think it looks like that one's been laid over a long time. So I don't think that other one is the one that fell that I recorded, because that one is laying on top of it. So I found one farther down that way. That might have been the one, but it sure sounded big on the recording. I'll have to let you hear it. I'll post the recording on here. You can hear it, see what you think. Sounds like a pretty big tree. And you hear it snap. That's the other reason I don't think it was that one, because that's got a root ball. And you hear the one on the recording, you hear it snap. And I don't know. I don't know if that video came out earlier when I was talking, but what I was saying earlier when I was talking to myself and the recorder probably wasn't even running was there's only three things I could think of why a tree would snap. Is either something's pushing on it, pushing it over, or strong winds, or really heavy rain washes out the root system. Well, that wouldn't make it snap. The other reason was like a disease or bugs ate it out to where it couldn't hold the weight and snaps. That's the only reason I could think of why it would snap. And I recorded 2 trees falling that night, about less than 3 hours apart. The other one was farther off. It sounded like it was across the creek quite a ways. This sounded like a pretty good sized one too. I didn't hear any snap. I think it just fell over. So anyway, that's where I had the recorder. But when I come back from Pennsylvania, I'm going to put it down there where the pawpaws are and leave it there. I'm going to leave one there. I'm going to leave the other one over here where I'm going to put it right now. Or when I get back to the car, we're going to drive over there. I'll show you that spot. We'll find a spot there to leave it. I got to get him on the leash because getting close to the road. So I'll show you when we get over there to this other spot. All right, this is where the other wildlife, one of the other wildlife areas is. There's the sign for it right there. So you got a parking lot right here, and it's not really much here. There's hardly any woods. A couple big open farm fields over there. So this is the wildlife area. So I drove past this several times and thought, well, that doesn't look like an area I want to go check out. Well, last time I was here, I thought, well, I'm going to just drive over here and take a quick look before I head home. I'm glad I did, because this road goes back quite a ways. And I saw there's another parking lot down here, but it's right by a big open field. I don't know if you can see up there, but big open fields over there, cornfields or soybean fields. I guess that's soybean. So I think this is supposed to be like a hunting area for people that come and want to hunt rabbits or deer, I guess. But so I didn't think this was going to be an area I really wanted to check out as far as recording. Let's see. Oh, it says dove hunting area. So anyway, yeah, this is supposed to be for hunters, this area, wildlife area. But it's all a big bunch of fields. It's not really something I'm interested in. You can see there, another big field. So anyway, I kept on driving down here. Last time I was here, I drove down. So you're starting to see there's a lot of woods right here. And I looked at it on Google Earth and on my hiking app. You see the woods. There's some pretty big patches of woods right here. And the creek crosses the road, comes through this area too. This reminds me of the kudzu down in Tennessee. There's like an opening right there where something been going through. Something walks through right there. Anyway, this road goes quite a ways down and then it dead ends. Probably be a good place to come at night. See, there's my sign. Look at that. Like the kudzu. And you can see where something goes in and out through there too. The vines took over. It's dark back in there. Even in the daytime, it's kind of dark. I want to try to get back in there and do some exploring. And that's where I'm going to leave the recorder, somewhere over here. I'll have to look at the map again. So I want to have it sort of close to the water, but not so close that all I'm hearing is frogs. but I want to have it close enough that I catch something going back and forth to the water. See, this is a pretty big patch of woods right here. If I remember to, I'll post like a satellite view of this area so you can kind of see it. It kind of opens up in there once you get through that wood line. I don't know, to me this looks like a good area. Better than that other area, because the other area, the horses are going through there a lot, people on horseback. There's some guy there with his dogs. I recorded some people with kayaks or canoe going down there. Right here, oh no, it's not it. There's a bridge here that crosses the creek. Now I think it dead ends right up here. So here's the creek. There's a pretty big tree that fell recently. Still green. So they got it gated across right there. Got it closed, road closed off. There's a little place to park right here. Oh, there's somebody here. Well, that sucks. Huh. I didn't know there'd be anybody here. Well, it's hard telling where they're at. They may be here for fishing. Anyway, I think this would be a good place to come at night. Do some hiking at night back in here. I'm sure it probably says the wildlife area closes at dark, but anyway, we're gonna check it out. All right, I'm at this new location. Gonna go explore a little bit. I think there's somebody here, which I wasn't expecting. So I'm guessing that maybe they're fishing at the creek. So we're gonna go down this road, look for a deer trail to go back. Oh, here comes somebody else. Huh. All kinds of people here. Here, I thought this was going to be a pretty secluded area. What I was going to say, though, is I found where I saw that underwear in that other parking lot earlier. I found this mirror laying in there. So I cleaned it up. I'm going to put it back there. Wherever I put the recorder, maybe that'll make something curious. So right now the plan is just to walk along here and look for a good spot to go in. I'm trying to get away from everybody else that's here. Just trying to see if that car there, if they got a dog or not. Somebody on a motorcycle now. Huh. Man, all kinds of traffic here. Not so much for this being the more secluded spot. I think it's busier than the other area. Looks like they're here to fish. They're going fishing. That's probably what the other car was here for too. Probably is a good fishing hole. Here looks like a good spot to go in. I'm just gonna do some exploring. Look for prints. Pretty good sized deer right there. That print. This definitely looks like a good place to explore. I got my hiking app on so I won't get lost since there's no trail. See if we find some tree structures or something back in here. Not necessarily thinking these are structures, but I always think it's interesting when I find these horizontal sticks like that in the tree. Yeah, it can happen naturally, but I sure do find a lot of them. I don't think it's something that happens naturally all the time. Once in a great while, something might land perfectly level. I don't think that happens a lot, but I sure do find them a lot. See if I can find a deer trail or some kind of sign that something's been going through. I don't see any prints in this mud. Good sized deer though. That's probably a buck. Might run into a trail cam back here somewhere. Yeah, deer's been going through here for sure. The nice thing is that hiking app, I can tell how far I am from the creek. Gotta figure out a good place to leave this recorder. I mean, it's always just a guess, but like I said, I want to be somewhat near the creek, but far enough away that I'm not getting all the frog noise. And the creek runs really quiet, so I wasn't worried about water making noise. But like I said, when you're here in the daytime, you don't realize how loud it might be at night. Definitely deer running through here. Awful lot of sticks right there in one spot. That seems a little bit unusual. Yeah, that's a lot right in this one spot. Why would there be so many sticks? Oh, here's something over here maybe. I tried formatting that card, tried recalibrating the selfie stick. I just can't get that camera to work, so I'm having to use my phone. So that stick, or that tree, laying in that fork there. I'm not sure what's holding this one up to make it like an X. It's still in the ground, stuck in the ground. Stuck in the ground on an angle. All right, I'm gonna take a picture of this. Yeah, I'll use that for my thumbnail. All right, took a quick picture. Uh-oh. Why are you eating grass, Wally? I think he's got an upset stomach today. All right, where is Bigfoot gonna walk through? They walk through this area. I want to hang this mirror up, hoping that'll bring about some curiosity. I won't put it right by the recorder, but I'll put it in the area so my recorder will pick anything up as it comes around. Where can we put it? I want to put it about head high, or maybe not quite. Maybe like right here. I don't know. It may not work. I want to put it somewhere where it's easy to see. Here we go. This might work. No. I don't know. It might work. See, the wind's probably going to blow that out, but maybe that will strike some curiosity. So we're going to put the recorder somewhere right in here. I think I left the pantyhose in the car. That stinks. Put the recorder over here. Let's see. Wally, why are you eating grass? You got upset tummy? Let's see. I gotta put this recorder where I can find it again. I don't want it to be right out in the open, but I don't want it to be hid so well I can't find it either. All right. Let's see if I can show where it's at. I'll make a little quick video so I'll be able to find it. All right, I left the recorder out. Just hearing something back in here. Probably a Helleted woodpecker. A lot of sticks right here. I don't know where all these sticks are coming from. And there's a couple of dead trees like this one, but there's way more sticks than there are dead trees. That is so weird. This looks like a pine grove with all these sticks. Still keeping an eye out for prints. Wally's on the scent of something. He smelled something over there. Running around in circles. It's funny how you can get sidetracked looking at something and walk right past something. I'm gonna go over here and take a look. I want to walk past something. If it's a possible structure. Nope. It's just a tree laying. Almost made like an X there. I'd like to get a kayak, do some exploring. I just don't know how hard it would be to go back upstream. I mean, unless you have two vehicles. I'm always by myself. And if I had two vehicles, you could just park one way downstream and paddle down to it. But when you're by yourself, it's kind of hard to do that. Almost looks like an X there. Double X. Get a picture of that real quick. That's why it's always nice to have the other camera and be using that to video. And then I can just pop my phone out and take a picture and put it back. But now I'm having to shut off video on the phone every time I want to take a picture. Guess I could just try doing a screenshot. Heard a bee. Make sure I'm not walking up on a hornet's nest or something. Yeah, it's a good thing I got this hiking up because I'm just wandering through here. No trail. Easy to get lost. I mean, I kind of, even without the app, I think I can find my way back to the road. But it is nice to have it. I know the creek's over that way, not too far, I think. I always think it's interesting when several trees come to a rest in the same spot. It looks like this one fell, got caught in the fork of that tree. And this one fell and landed on top of it. I don't know. What's going on, Wally? Yeah, you never know what's back here unless you come back and look. It'd be easy to be just 30 feet away from something, walk right by it. Talking about structures or things like that. Whenever I see something looks like it could be a structure, try to get over and look a little closer at it. Yeah, all these branches and sticks, a lot of it's, I'm sure, natural. Most of it, if not all of it. I haven't seen anything that you could say definitely not natural. Yeah, this would probably be a good place to come at night. Back in here. I was surprised on my recording I didn't hear any coyotes. I think I had like 8 nights. something like that. Didn't hear any coyotes along the creek. I thought that was kind of odd, because they usually den along creeks. And everything's going to get a drink. So if you're a predator, that's where you want to be. Near a creek. Looks like a creek. Either that's a creek or a field over there. Can't tell. It's looking like it's a field. I just don't know where all these sticks are coming from. And there's, like I said, there's only a few dead trees around here. There's an arc. That's just from it being dead, I think. Just fell over. Yeah, it looks like that's a field over there. Yeah. Big open field. So that must mean the creek is over that way. It must have curved back. Well, with all these sticks, I'm bound to hear something on that recorder walking. Kind of hard to walk through here quiet. I can't see very far at all. So pretty much have to stumble right upon something to find it. But at least with this hiking app, it tracks everywhere I'm walking. So if I come back and explore again, I can see where all I've been already. Looks like a nice little shady area to hang out in the hot weather. Looks like deer have been back in here. keep thinking I'm hearing water, but I think it's just the wind going through the trees. Because that, at least the parts of the creek I've seen, it's all pretty, it's fairly deep. It's not running slow, so you don't really hear a current. Haven't seen any rapids or anything. I don't think the creek is over this way. I'm gonna stop, look at my app real quick, my hiking app, see where the creek's at from here, see where I'm at on the map. Okay, well, looks like kind of heading back toward the road, but it's a pretty good ways that direction. Yeah, spider web. In the creek, it's over this way. Fields over there, creek's over there, road's over there. But like I said, it's pretty good ways that direction. Nowhere near the road right now. Well, I just went around it. Because I don't know why you're going the hard way. Yeah. It's not too bad to walk through here, but like I said, I pretty much have to walk right up on something to see it. Any kind of structure or anything like that. I'll have to come here several times before I get to where I can walk right to my recorder. Usually I put it off a trail. I go along the trail and I find a good spot to go off trail and put it. So that makes it easy to get to. But when you just put it out in the middle of the woods with no trail, make it a challenge to find it. It's got a Bluetooth beacon. Looking at this. This is laying here through there. I don't know. It's got a Bluetooth beacon, so when I get close to it, it'll connect to my phone, to the app. So then I know I'm in the area. I haven't lost one yet. And I've put them all over the place. It did take me quite a while to find that one at Jesse Owens. Hey, there's a nice X. I'm gonna take a screenshot. Yeah, it's easier than stopping the video, taking a picture, and turning the video back on. When I was at Jesse Owens, I put one in that pine grove on a pine tree. And everything there was a pine tree. And I thought I had a pretty good marker as far as something to spot that would let me know I'm in the right spot. And I did get in the right spot. And it connected. I knew I was close because it connected to my phone. But finding which particular pine tree was not easy, because they all look alike. I spent an hour. Kim was waiting on me out there in the van. I said, I'm gonna run back there and get that recorder. An hour later I come out, finally found it. I usually make a video when I place it of everything around it, so I can watch the video. Once I get to the general area, I can look at that video and usually determine where it's at. Although the one time at a Rush Run, I had it in the tree and they had a pretty good storm come through, knocked a tree over, wind blew a tree over, and the tree that fell, something's going through right here. The tree that fell hit the tree I had the recorder in and knocked it out of the tree. It took me probably close to an hour to find that one. It was laying on the ground, and being green, laying on the ground in thick ground cover, it's pretty hard to locate. Yeah, I'd say I'm bound to hear a lot of sticks snapping on that recorder, on the recording, because, oh, there's a field. I don't think anything's coming through here without stepping on some sticks at some point. Big open field there. Look for prints. It's kind of muddy right here. But the ground is pretty solid. I'm not making a mark at all, I don't think. It has to be pretty heavy. See deer. Deer been through. I'm going to take a look at the app again real quick. Alright. Came up on a big open field. So I had to look at the app again. There we go. Off a little bit on my direction. A lot of trees laying. Like any woods. There's trees everywhere laying. I'll have to post a picture from the hiking app. It shows my route. It's all over the place. Zigzagging everywhere. And part of that's just because I have to find a place where I can get through. There's trees down, you gotta go around them. It's kind of hard to just go in a straight line. Well, I've always said, get off trail like this is the best chance of finding anything really. And if it's along the trail, you got to think that a person probably did it. Looks like this. And even way back here, somebody could have done something, but not as likely. Looks like deer have been bedded down right back here. Can't let a pair of ticks keep you from getting out and enjoying yourself. Like I said, I hit him up pretty good with the deer spray, or tick spray. Looks like a trail right there, deer trail. I covered him and me, well, my legs, with this tick spray this time. It's been a long time since I've had to pull a tick off of him. I did have one on me the last time I went. It was on the back of my head. I don't know if it dropped off a tree onto me or what. Felt it crawling on the back of my head. And I did pull one off my little dachshund's ear the other night. They were getting them fairly regular out of the yard. But we started letting the chickens free range again, and that seemed to clean it up most of the way. So it's been a while since they've had a tick on them from the yard. She had one in her ear. It was already engorged. She's not like Wally. She don't like to let me pull a tick off. She gets all nervous when I get the tweezers out. I had to have Kim help hold her down because she wasn't going to sit still for me. Wally will just lay there and let me. As soon as she sees those tweezers, she's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Those ticks like to get in that little fold in their ear. You don't see them. They hide in there pretty good. You don't even see them till they're already engorged. Kim just happened to feel it on her ear. That's how she knew it was there. Should have tried, I think this is where that deer trail was. Looks like it went around that way. Came through here maybe. Not a real defined trail like you usually see. I think I'm back close to where I left that recorder. I think. I don't know. Not sure. All starts looking alike. Well, so far, been here 3 hours. So, done a fair amount of exploring. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything back here or not. I did have a couple wood knocks on my recording. So that's a good sign. Plus it's pretty easy for a person to do a wood knock. But that one loud one while they were canoeing or kayaking, whatever they were doing, that's pretty loud. And it was pretty far off from where they were. And it was about 2:20 in the morning. Drink. Thought that was a good spot. Shut it off for a second. So I wouldn't keep coughing right in the phone. We're almost to the road. Should be right up here. field over there. We going the right way, Wally? Usually he knows. Usually all you gotta do is follow him. That is one good thing about having a dog with you. They got a natural sense for what direction. I don't know how, but it seems to be built in. Which way, Wally? This way? Yeah, he says it's this way. I know every time I've doubted him, he was the one that was right. Which way are we going, Wally? This way? Looks like something's been through here. Maybe it was me on the way in. This way, Wally? Gotta be getting close. Alright, I'm gonna look at the app again real quick. Yeah, I think Wally was pretty much going the right way. That's a big field over there. I think that's the road right there. Good job, Wally. Took us right to it. Good job, Wally. Like I said, just follow the dog. They somehow know you don't have to look at an app. I don't know how they do it, but they always seem to know. All right, I guess we're done exploring for today. Over 3 hours. So we're gonna head back, see what I got on this recorder again. Like I said, today's Sunday. Next weekend, Friday, be heading to Pennsylvania to Laurel Hill. So we'll see what happens there. So stay tuned. All right, just finished doing our exploring for the day, about 3 hours worth. Got Wally's beef jerky for him. He's all ready for that. Turns out, I thought this place was pretty secluded. But must be a fishing hotspot because there's a whole bunch of cars here. People kept showing up after I got here. There was one car already here. They left. But then now that we come back out, it's like 3 or 4 other cars. So, and they're all carrying fishing poles, so this must be a real fishing hotspot. That's all right. I'll show you where we went. That's it. That's all I got, Wally. All gone. Let's see. See if I can turn this camera around. I don't want to turn around. Huh. Why isn't it turning around? Anyway, let me shut it off and redo it. Okay. So, got a Jeep there, truck there. What we did is we walked down this road that is gated off. We went down this road, walked down there a ways until I saw a spot on the left where it kind of opened up, and then we kind of bushwhacked our way back in there. Did some exploring, which, speaking of that, I need to turn off my hiking app before I go. It's still tracking me. So anyway, that's what we did. Went down that road and made a left into the woods and dropped my recorder back there. But there's cars all over, and somebody's just now trying to pull in, wondering what I'm doing. So we're gonna head out.